men looking for pen pals. I want to tell you their deepest, darkest secrets and what they're doing and every intimate detail of their day. I don't know you. You're a stranger.
Yes, and I want to talk about this because I fear a lot of women will relate to this. Today, a man on a dating app freaked out at me because I made it clear to him that I was using that dating app to find dates. And I told him I wanted to go on a date with him. And I didn't know a polite way to say I don't care to know more intimate details about your life until we've met. And usually I would let this go. If this didn't happen almost every single time now in the last month that I have laid down this boundary on dating apps and told men that I'm not interested in knowing them further unless we have met. And then they become violent. So I want to talk about it because I fear a lot of women might relate to this one. So make sure you like, comment, repost, and follow along for more as always. But I don't think we're going to solve this until we release a dating app that honestly doesn't really allow you to speak until you've set up the date. Because I would finally weed out all these men who are just using dating apps as personal journals and therapists. But let's walk through it, shall we? Because since I re-downloaded dating apps about a month ago, this interaction has happened to me almost every single time. So I matched with this man whose entire bio is filled out. There's not a question left unanswered, right? He has his job, his education, his affiliations, what he's looking for. Every question that would let me know if I want a first date with this man has been answered. So I'm honestly pretty good to go at this point, but I open up with a question and I follow up by letting him know that I agree with everything he said in his response, honestly. We're good to go. I also fully respect that at this point he wanted to keep asking me questions because he clearly needed more information before we went on a date. So I kept answering them until we finally got to this point where he stopped asking questions and didn't ask me out on a date. So I was like, okay, that's fair. Let's cut it here. Clearly he doesn't want to go out, and that's fine. But this seemed to obviously upset him, and he was mad that I wasn't asking him more questions about himself. And then I was like, oh, wink, wink, kind of like a first date thing, you know? I'm a little bit more traditional in that way, yeah. And then clearly you can see I was confused by his response that he sent back around 1 a.m., but by 6 a.m. he had come back and started insulting me now. Apparently now I'm terribly self-important and pompous or whatever because I was answering questions that he was asking me. I couldn't help but point out that he was happily willing to text and talk with such a horrible person up until I drew this boundary. But I did clarify that I didn't ask him too many questions because I liked what I saw and I was ready to go on a first date with him, but I respected that he wanted to know more about me before we got to that point. And I straight up apologized if that came off as rude. I also don't think that that's terribly rude. I think that men need to start understanding that women who don't know you and have never met you in real life are not obligated to be interested in all the intricate personal details and background of a total stranger before you've even been on a first date. But I think that's the catch right there. They don't want to go on a date. They just want a free therapist. And then Bumble banned all my photos for impersonating a public figure, and Raya still won't let me on. Kind of rude, but that's fine. I've seen what I needed to see. But yeah, we do need a dating app that only allows for 24 hours of small talk before we have to lock in a location and time for a date.